next year, less people will be interested in working in full-time permanent jobs than they are this year, and that trend is going to keep, going. People are rejecting the concept of working full-time permanent for an organization, and every single employer needs to think more carefully about what it's doing to nurture and stay engaged with the contingent workforce. That's the first trend. The second trend is the ongoing shift towards taking a marketing approach in talent acquisition. The ongoing morphing of talent acquisition teams from being lots and lots of recruiters to being less recruiters and more marketing skilled professionals who are really driving talent pipelines and generating candidate demand.
I think that there will be automation in the recruitment process, because I think recruitment is still a very traditional process. Like 20 years ago, we had like the phone book, and we used letters. And now we have like the internet, and we use emails. But that's it. I mean, it's not very. It didn't make a very big transformation. And now with all the digital transformation where we're in, with artificial intelligence, everything gets automated. Also, our recruitment process should be more automated. So I think, especially with artificial intelligence, we can do a lot of in the process and automate the recruitment process.
I think the next year we're going to see a lot more kind of talent community-based activity, and if I think about my own team and how they're developing, we're becoming much more about this kind of engaging with people rather than actually doing recruitment, and people understanding in the business that recruitment is more about almost marketing. It's all about selling what we do, selling the dream of working with us, than it is about physically shortlisting and interviewing.
I think there are a lot of things going on in 2019. But what I really think is that candidates we search for, that it's not important anymore where you live. So I think more companies are aware of candidates who do not want to relocate, but just stay in their house or find a building where they can all work together. I think there will be really a new trend in 2019. Not look for the candidates in the place you're looking for, not at the location of the company. They just will work at home. So it's easier maybe to find candidates all over the world. I think that's going to happen in 2019.
So first of all, what comes to my mind would be personalization, like a personalized content, how you approach a candidate to get more warmer with the candidate, the human touch. Everything is going digital, but I think it's very important also not to lose the human connection. So that would be the first point, I think. Of course, you need to be as fast as possible, so speed. The second one would be speed. You need to follow up with the candidate. You need to find them, reach them. So I think you need to be fast also in this field. And the third thing, well, of course, the digitalization. Everything is getting more and more digital, and also it corresponds with the speed. So you have to make it as easy and digital for the candidate as possible.
I think the trend for next year, but also in the future, is that we should focus more on relationships, becoming relevant for our employees, so they get more brand advocates, more enthusiastic about the work. So it's not only about telling the good story, but also being a good employee. And therefore it's important to ask yourself the question, what is the role I want to play in the life of my employee, and how can I support that?
I think the recruitment trend for next year will be implementing GDPR, the new European legislation about privacy, because not all companies really have embraced it yet, and I think it's very important for recruitment to really get in touch with people on a personal base and keep privacy intact.
Well, I hope to see trends in recruitment taking a closer look at evaluating the algorithms, because obviously data is a big part of the recruitment process now, and it doesn't seem like there's much oversight in terms of, is there bias baked into these algorithms? So I hope that, and I think that we'll see more people actually take an active approach to looking into that, seeing if their sample size that the data is trained on is represented, of the people who are actually applying, so it doesn't skew the results towards one particular person.